you bring sandwiches and then you said.
Good.
I know, we had talked about bringing it.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
No.
ladies and Angel. Good to have you here today. I had a question about number 10. And number 10, what you have is you have a scalar of square root of 2. So basically, if you take vector PR, which you can get by doing the head minus tail, so you get -2 minus -2 is 0. So basically, vector PR is 0, 3. And then you go ahead and multiply by the scalar of square root of 2, and you get 0, 3 square root of 2.
Okay, can you leave that up there?
Yeah, I'll leave it up here. And the magnitude of that is going to be 3 square root of 2. Because what you have in vectors, if you have one of the coordinates of the vector 0, the other coordinate happens to be the magnitude, right? Because you're talking about the vertical or horizontal line segment.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, so your magnitude, if you look at it, it's going to be like this. Remember, your magnitude is going to be square root of one coordinate squared plus square root of it. So that's going to be 0 squared, and this is going to be 3 square root of 2 squared. Well, so this will not be there. So what's the square root of 3 square root of 2 squared? It's going to be 3 square root of 2. As far as your direction goes, now that was real tricky. I had a student who asked about this Friday. It was Karina asked about it. Because if you put this in a calculator, inverse tangent, you'll get undefined. Why is that? Why is your inverse tangent going to be undefined?
You can't divide by 0.
Because you can't divide by 0. Excellent. And so what you're talking about here is a 90-degree angle, because you're straight up here, so your direction is 90 degrees. So in the future, if you get an undefined inverse tangent, it's going to be the answer is going to be either 90 degrees or 270 degrees, because each one of those has an adjacent of 0. Does that answer the question you had on that? Okay, good. Good work. I'm glad you did some good work. What we're going to do is continue on these kinds of things on this next set of exercises, which should be 13 through 20. Okay, what I want to do is go ahead and show you number 13. Then I want to call on members of the audience to help with the others. How's that?
Okay.
You're okay with that or not? So U plus V, what you're going to have is you can write this out differently. I like to, for something like this, write these out in a horizontal component form. So I'm going to put -1, 3 plus V is 2, 4. And so the answer to that is going to be the sum of -1 and 2, which is 1. And then the sum of 3 and 4, which is 7. So therefore, vector U plus V is equal in component form to 1, 7. So that's going to be what the vector is. Now, I want you to find your magnitude and direction also of these vectors.
So if it tells you to add, you don't subtract.
That's right. Now, one thing that people in the other class did
What
is,
question is that?
One thing that people in the other class did is they did it like this. They found it was easier to put these in a vertical manner, like 2, 4, right? And so you can put these vertically, and that might make it easier for you. So adding these together, you get 1, 7. Okay? So your magnitude,
There's nothing on it.
your magnitude is going to be same thing we've talked about in the past. So you put 1 here and 7 here, and you get square root of 50. So that's going to be our magnitude, square root of 50. Okay, what about our direction? So direction, so theta is going to be equal to inverse tangent of 7 over 1, which I'm going to just call 7. And then that's going to be inverse tangent of 7. I'm in degrees, that's good. So I'm going to get 81.870, is that right?
Yeah.
81.870 degrees. And so we have a magnitude, we have the vector, in component form, the magnitude and direction. And one thing you're going to find on these, you're going to find the direction being all over the circle between 0 and 360 degrees. So I'm going to call on people to help out with these as you work forward on these. And you have questions, you can ask each other about it. It's fine. Will is not here. Julie's here. I'm missing someone here. Kenzie's here. I've got 8 that are here. Should have. Yeah, I think I have everybody.
Do you times them or do you add them? Plus them. Plus them?
Emily.
And then I got white wood. Yeah, she's more.
Okay, I got everybody here. Okay, I'm going to call on somebody here for help with number 14. And that person's going to be one of you. It looks like it's going to be Carmen.
God dang it.
All right, Carmen.
Don't actually.
So that's gonna be.
All right, Carmen, number 14. How'd you do that one? And just show me how far you got. Like people in 5th period, not all of them finished everything, but just show me what you have on this.
Okay.
198.
Thingy.
I got 120.
I got,
Yeah, that's what I have. Do you?
I feel like it's wrong. I got -3, -1.
She don't know what she's doing. Wait, how do you know?
Like that. So that's going to be your answer there.
You just.
Okay, let's check it out here first. So u is going to be -1, 3, and then we're going to have plus minus is going to be v. We'll have 2, 4. So if we take -1 and subtract 2, we get -3. That looks good. If we take 3 minus 4, we get -1. So to me, this looks like a good answer. Okay? Okay, good. Thank you. What about our magnitude?
I got sure 10.
Okay, magnitude, she says square root of 10. Does that look right? Any questions on that? Okay, that's right also. I'm helped because I have some remembrance from 5th period. That helps me out. Okay, what about direction?
I got 18.435.
18.435 degrees. 18.435 degrees, oops. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about this.
Yes. No, it's not.
So we're talking about -3, -1, right? So here's -3, and here's -1. So we're talking about this vector right here like this. Okay, we need to have this angle here. Here's our theta. Okay, what do we have to do? What do we have to do to this? Add 180. So if we add 180, theta is going to be equal to, what is that going to be? 198? 198.435 degrees. Okay, now basically what you do, if your vector happens to be in quadrants 2 or 3, you can just add 180 to it, and it'll get it right for you. That's in quadrants 2 and 3. All right, thank you, Carmen. I'm going to call on somebody for 15 in a minute here. Okay, let's go on here. Okay, we're 15, I'm calling somebody. Okay, number 15. We're gonna get, looks like Kaylee or Emma. It's Kaylee. All right, Kaylee, you are the young woman of recognition at this point. What do you say? So you take it, it's going to be u minus, so you get -1, 3, and you subtract out this thing right here. 2, -5. So you get -3, and then you have 3 minus -5, so that's going to be 8, right? So that's going to be u minus w. Okay, questions on that one? Okay, that's going to be it. All right, good. What about our magnitude? Square root of, what'd you say? Square root of 70,
3.
73. Square root of 73, so that's going to be 9. So, yeah, it looks good. Okay, what about our direction? Direction. Which quadrant are we in here? Second quadrant. So theta is going to be 180 plus that, right?
Ten.
110.556 degrees. Okay, so we got the vector and component form, magnitude, and direction. How's that? Questions on that one? Okay, go ahead and work out number 16. I'll call on somebody here in very shortly. See, I think Kaylee was trying to be like Carmen, really quiet.
Wait,
Harvey's not quiet.
She's soft voiced when she's talking to me here. Well, what you're doing is you're trying to give an older guy a hearing test. That's what you're trying to do. I know.
You failed.
Fail.
Right, Katie.
I'm failing the hearing test. I didn't get a hearing aid.
Because in quadrant 4, you had 360.
Yeah, Yep, that's right. Okay, here we go. We have the
Shut up, Emma.
next person here. It's going to be Emily.
Which we should be neat.
You're on 16.
Pretty sure everyone knows it.
Emily.
Not you.
Let me get this fitting here. All right.
I'm used to something. You just happen to not be one. Yeah.
All right, Emily.
So B is 2, 4. So then after you times it by 3, it's going to be 6, 12.
6, 12, okay. So there's 3V right there, okay?
And then the magnitude, does it have to be in the square root or can you do a decimal?
You could do that. Now, you could just go ahead and punch the calculator button if you want to. So what is your magnitude going to be for this?
13.416.
And one thing I want to do, if you do that, I want you to go ahead and put like approximately equal to, if you do that, okay? Which you did, so that's
Or is the
good.
square root of 180?
So, or exactly is going to be square root of 180, right?
Yes.
So decimalized, radical form. Okay, what about our direction?
Inverse, or theta equals inverse of 10.
Equals inverse tan.
12 over 6.
Okay, I'll put 2 equals,
63.435.
okay. Questions on that one? Okay, good. Good. I'll choose somebody for 17 in a minute.
I didn't get your whatever.
Okay, number 17.
Read over it like I was like, for driving.
17, we're gonna get Angel or Hannah. It's gonna be Hannah. X there, all right. All right, Hannah, number 17.
I figured it out and got what's it called? The little,
Vector. Is it vector?
yeah, it's called vector. You got the vector 4, -9. Like that.
So 4, -9. So is that your final answer for all that?
You mean to work it out?
Well, I just want to quickly verify here. So you got 2u, which is going to be
-2, 6.
-2, 6,
And then
plus 3w,
just 6, -15.
6, -15. And if you add those together, you get 4 and that, and 6 plus, yeah, so that looks good.
And then I.
So that's our answer. Go ahead.
Magnitude, I got the square root of 97.
Square root of 97. Okay, direction,
I got 293.962.
290.
3.962. I
962.
added the thing with 360.
So theta equals inverse tangent, oh, that's going to be theta, equals inverse tangent of -9/4 plus 360 degrees. Okay, which is going to be this thing here. Okay. Okay, questions on that? Well, thank you. I'll call on somebody for 18 here in a minute.
That's mine. Sorry.
Okay, 18.
Wire's being here is free. Are definitely
Here we go. We're going to get Angel this time. But number 18. All right, Angel.
The vectors, -10, -10.
So he got -10, -10.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions on that one?
No.
Yeah. That's it. Go ahead. And our magnitude?
14.142.
14.142.
Or the square root of 200.
Which is equals square root of 200. Okay, and what is our direction going to be?
225.
Because you added 180, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is one of the ones that I could have done this, and you could have too if you thought about it, without a calculator. Because you're talking about, you know with this, you're going to be halfway between 180 and 270. So that's it. Thank you. We'll call somebody for 19 here in a minute. Yeah, try to get some exercise in.
Are you coming to the games tonight?
I hope so. That's my plan. Is it gonna be a good game?
Maybe, it depends on how we play.
Yeah, okay, we'll see that. Well, that's what's interesting about sports, is you don't know how they're gonna turn
We should
out.
have won that game.
Okay, this one here, we have Emma.
I had a rally going, you know? That's the beginning of the trip.
Right, Emma, we got you for number 19.
Started scrapping. You want me to tell you what I got for the vector and just show you how I'm working?
Yeah, just show us, we have enough time so you can show me how to do this.
So for the -2u, I got 2 -6.
2, -6 like this.
Yes, and for the 3b, I got 6, 12.
6, 12 like
And I
this.
subtract them to get -4, -18.
So -4, -18.
Yes.
Now, that's the way Emma did it. What happened is, in 5th period, whoever did it, I forget who it was, maybe it was Robert. What Robert did is he went ahead and distributed the negative sign and just added them.
Yeah.
So it's really here. Now, to do this, you have to be pretty confident with your integer arithmetic abilities, because otherwise you can get messed. But this is right. Okay, go ahead. And your magnitude?
I got the square root of 340.
Square root of 340.
Yes, sir.
So you get 18 squared, which is 364, plus 4 squared, which is 16. 364 plus 4 squared. That's going to be 80, isn't it?
I actually went to India.
340, you're right. So that's going to be 324. Okay, I had the wrong. All right, go ahead. And so that's going to be your magnitude. What about your direction?
I got 257.471. Yeah.
257.471.
Yeah, because I added 180.
So she realizes she's in quadrant 3. And just to add, she can be closer to 270 than to 180. So that looks good. Questions on that one? The last one we have on this is going to be two young ladies here. This is going to be 20 is Kayla. Kayla, you got number 20? Okay.
Kayla, your turn. Oh, which one is this kind? 20.
Rob.
-1 and -7. Good job. That's what I got. That's what I got.
Okay, does that look right?
The magnitude is 5, then the square root of 2.
Okay, one thing she really did that was good on this one, that most students won't do, is she actually got the simplest radical form out of it.
Good job.
And I'm gonna explain that briefly, because you got square root of 50, didn't you?
Yep. She done. Just like Ellen. You.
And if you take it, what that's gonna be square root of 25 times 2, right? And what's square root of 25? 5. So you end up with 5 square root of 2. Okay, thank you, good work. Okay, what about direction?
81, 87,
81.87.
87.
Is that correct?
Yep. She has to add 180.
Yeah, which quadrant are we in?
Oh, yeah.
3, right? So let's go ahead and add 180, and then we'll be good, right? Let's just watch out for that. So theta, in this case, is equal to 260 something, right? 260.
Stop, I'm not done.
What would that be, 261?
Yes, 0.87.
0.870 degrees. Okay. That should bring us to the end of our exercise set today. Was that too hard of an exercise set?
No.
Now we're going to be starting tomorrow working on something called unit vectors, which is
Can we
another
turn
thing.
in both of the papers?
Yeah, you can turn them in. You should be able to finish all these. Good.